Hey AD, I'm Emma Roberts. Come on in and check out my house. We are in the living room. What I love about this room is that there's tons of new stuff, but also we've reused a lot of stuff from another house. Emily and Louisa, Pearson Ward, I told them basically to just do their magic. But what I love about this house is it speaks for itself, where it is like a grown-up dollhouse. It's very storybook. And when we were moving in, it was just me and my son. And so I was just like, I want this to be our house that is just our style and filled with our memories and our love. This room really gets used when people are over or if it's the holidays. Things get moved around for a Christmas tree over there. But I just love to actually sit here and read on this couch. This is kind of like my quiet room. The fireplace used to be like mirrored and kind of foggy, and I thought it was chic until somebody told me it wasn't. And I immediately was like, we need to fix this fireplace. And so they came up with the idea of matching the chairs to the fireplace and also tying in the stripe on the couch. So I feel like there can never be enough stripes or fringe or tassels in a house, which I know people would disagree with, but I love it. Now we are at the bar. They found this amazing antique bar that I'm so obsessed with, and vintage chairs, vintage bar. It's very, very chic. My staple drink that I make for people is pouring champagne. So this is Daniel Day-Lewis. I was at an Oscar party one year and they had these on the table and I just really needed it. And so I carried it around all night to realize it was decor and it's empty and I probably shouldn't have taken it. But I really made good use of it and people love it. It's a great conversation starter. So hi, Daniel Day-Lewis. Now we're moving over to my little office area. And Pearson Ward always laughs because I need a pin board. I love an inspo board. It's always in progress. That's what I love about an inspiration board, is it's never done. My favorite bookstore in the East Village, they display the books like that in little baggies pinned to the wall. So little copy from them. And yeah, just stuff that I love is on there. And then stuff I really love is behind me. I'm really excited to show you guys the doll wall. I have to move this to get optimal looks at the dolls. Okay, so these are the Dollykins. I'm madly obsessed with them, in love with them. She was my first one and still my favorite, but I do love all of them. And then my most recent addition is Leggy Jill, and I got her for my birthday, and I was looking for Leggy Jill for over a year, and then my boyfriend surprised me with her. I took her out of the box, which he did not approve of. I know I take my dolls out of the box, which people get very up in arms about, but I feel like if you're going to collect dolls, you may as well enjoy them. We have Blythe, obviously. She's my favorite, my original girl. Like, she is really how I fell in love with dolls. And then this is a fun one. This is like drunk cowgirl Barbie, and I heard about her and I thought that she didn't really exist and she was a joke, but it turns out she does exist. And she's just amazing. Like, look at her. She's fabulous. She's having the time of her life. When I was younger and people would be like, aren't you scared your dolls are going to come to life? I'm like, I hope that every night that they'll come wake me up. It would be so thrilling. We are in the TV room, and I would say we spend the most time in here. It is the comfiest couch, very comfy chairs, TV behind you, and my son has his toys in that chest. So this is where I'll watch TV, he'll play, we'll both play. We love it in here. You're seeing it at its absolute cleanest. It's never looked like this before. And then we have what is the start of a little Joni Mitchell shrine, dare I say. I love her so much. And then we have the overflow of books over here. Also some more dolls. This little Bride of Frankenstein by Mob Graves, who is one of my favorite artists. This is a book I actually gave as a gift to my ex, but then when we broke up, I saw how much it was worth and I kept it. I do love restoration hardware, and I've owned this light many times in many houses, and it always works in one room or the other. This chair was my timeout chair as a kid. It had to come with me to my houses, and now my son sits in it and loves it. And so it just makes me kind of laugh to myself when I think about it. And we still call it the timeout chair. Like, my mom will be like, oh my God, the timeout chair. But yeah, she's seen it all. kitchen was the place that at first I was like, it needs the least amount of stuff. And I realized that that was not true. I would never even think to put an island here. And when they told me, I was like, okay, let's do it. And it completely changed how we like live in the kitchen. Cause I'm sure it's, you know, the age old thing where everyone's like, why when you have a party is everyone in the kitchen? And it's annoying. But this actually, it makes it so it's like fun to hang out in here. I have a very fun mug collection. I love Halloween. I love witches. So these were a must for me. This is for Rhodey, little cowboy. These are from Danny Mud Shop, and I love them. They look like cupies. So we have a bunch of these little creamers. These are from Nikki Kehoe, and I don't know, they just bring me joy. Love these on a little breakfast display. Totally cute. And then there's like random stuff that I've like collected and can't get rid of, like this Princeton College little cup that I never have once used, but I just like knowing she's in there, you know? I collect felted things. This is by Laura Colors, and I got this from her on Instagram. And then these are actually real cereal ads that I found like in a bin in this junk store on Martha's Vineyard. And Pearson Ward framed them like this, but I just fell so in love with the idea of having like vintage cereal ads in the kitchen. I thought was super cute. We are in Rhodes's room, and when his room was finished, I was like, wait, I want this room. He loves nature and animals, and so I wanted to make his room feel like a little enchanted forest. And they showed me this fabric first, and they didn't need to show me anything else. Pretty much everything in here was the first thing that they showed. The wallpaper on the ceiling with the ducks. Because I remember when I was a kid and I had the like glow stars on the ceiling, and my mom at one point had a mural for me on the ceiling, and those memories are so seared into my brain as a kid, just laying in bed looking up at the ceiling. So I wanted to make that special for him. And then of course, Rhodey has his own little library. He loves to read, which makes me so happy. So this was mine, as you can see, Emma, when I was little. And this I remember taking to the sink to brush my teeth with. So of course, Rhodey had to have one with his name on it. And his is cool because it actually comes out as blocks, which he thinks is very fun. I love Hopalong Cassidy stuff. I think it's so cute. One of my favorite vintage stores called Grayford's in Montclair, New Jersey. Hey, Brad. He had this, and I bought it for Rhodes's room before I even had this house. But I just knew it was going to hang in his room wherever we ended up. This is technically my front yard. Even though I'm up in the hills, there's like a flat front yard and backyard for my son to run around. And this gazebo was a big selling point, which, by the way, I should mention, this house was for rent. And I came to look at it and I was like, would they sell it? Thinking they'd say no, but they said yes. So that was kind of funny. But this gazebo they had set up with actually more of like an eating area. And I love it more as like a hang area. You'll usually find me out here talking on the phone. Now we go to the pool. My son loves to do this little trail where he goes up there, and likes to stand on like the most dangerous rock by the jacuzzi, you know, as kids do. So that's pretty fun. I fell in love with this pool area because, yeah, it's not like your typical sleek pool area. It actually like reminds me of being a kid where you would just be like jumping off of rocks or jumping off the side of the house, which you guys shouldn't do that. But you know, everyone when I was a kid like had diving boards and all that, which you're not allowed to have anymore. And so this to me felt like fun in a safe way. Should I just jump in now? We are in the primary suite, and this room, when I walked in and it was done, I couldn't believe it. I love anything floral, especially roses, peonies, pinks, and the fact that they match the headboard to the drapes. I just absolutely died. When it's all shut, it just looks like one big painting, and it's so beautiful and so cozy in here. As I said, cozy is the word I'm always looking for. These vintage lamps, these came from Las Vegas. And again, we needed more fringe. So these I was introduced to. They're made by Pearson Ward. cord covers, because how many times are we looking at beautiful pieces and then the cords ruin it? So now we have an amazing solution that you'll see all throughout the house to just cover them with gorgeous fabric. Another genius idea that I did not come up with. Something else I loved that they did in this room is mismatched side tables. And I remember when they brought them in, I was like, I love both of them. Which one are we going to use? And they're like, both. And I didn't know how it was going to look. And now I feel like I need to do mismatched side tables everywhere I go. So we are in my bathroom / my office / my favorite place in the world. There was hardwood floors in here. So I was like, we have to tile the bathroom. And we were just going to do white, who cares, make it look clean. And then we found this tile, this gorgeous, like pomegranate colored tile. And I just fell in love with it and love that we kind of added some pops of pink colored with the curtains to kind of go with the floor. It just all came together so beautifully. I usually sit here at my computer. I do some Zooms. I, read my magazines, write in my notebook. It's so funny because before, when I moved in, there was just like a ballet bar on this wall. And I was like, oh, I'll do my at-home barre classes on this bar on the wall. Perfect. No. Clothes were strewn on it at all times. I don't think I did one barre workout on that ballet bar. So I remember after the floor was in and everything, I was like, do you think we could do a vanity? And they made all my dreams come true with it. A bar cart turned bath product holder, I think, is very underrated. My little roadie, his room doesn't have a bathtub, so it's cute because he'll take a bath in here, and that's kind of our thing at night, where we go from his room or the living room and run into here and have bath time. As you can see, his toys are down here. If I have free time, I'll come in here and just really take some time for me and decompress. I mean, as soon as you guys leave, I'm gonna take a bath and be like, I hope that went okay. Thanks, AD, for coming to check out my dolls and my books. I hope you had fun, and I'll see you next time. Bye.